The man never expected that just by taking a bite of the corpse of the tentacle monster, he would accidentally awaken such a strange skill as interspecies mating. However, his elven mistress was very satisfied. It turned out that ever since the male protagonist was reincarnated as a disaster-level monster, he had voluntarily become the pet of the beautiful elf. Every morning, the male protagonist would gently lick the ears of his elven mistress. As a result, he would always trigger a certain special switch of the elf. This was because the ears of the elven race were the most sensitive part of their entire body. Only those with an extremely close relationship were allowed to touch them. As a cute and well-behaved kitten in appearance, the elf naturally wouldn't hold it against him. After some intimacy, the elf and the kitten went to the weapon shop. The blacksmith in the weapon shop was a cat-eared girl of the orc race, and also a good friend whom the elf had known for many years. The elf came here this time to have a set of equipment made for the kitten, because she wanted to take the kitten on an adventure in the dungeon. The cat-eared girl immediately started taking measurements, and then enthusiastically drew the design. The next day, she quickly made the armor for the male protagonist. However, the elf's own weapon was also a big problem. She always felt that this sword wasn't very nimble during fights, but the long sword couldn't be made lighter anymore, otherwise it would break at any moment. In order to find out the problem, it was worth mentioning that besides being a blacksmith, the cat-eared girl was also a powerful adventurer. Under her protection, the elf felt like she was just on a trip, until they encountered a tentacle monster. You know, the tentacle monster is the most unfriendly monster to women. Almost all women dislike it immensely when they see it, but the cat-eared girl asked the elf to fight against the tentacle monster. Under the dense attacks of the tentacle monster, the elf quickly lost one of her long swords. Unexpectedly, this mistake actually increased her speed. After a fierce battle, the elf not only killed the tentacle monster, but also mastered the skill of whirlwind slash. Just as the two girls were rejoicing, the male protagonist quietly came to the side of the tentacle monster's corpse and took a bite.